Hey everybody, Zeidoktor here with Typical Manga Fan, and this episode of the Typical Manga Review is dedicated to another Boruto chapter, a Naruto Gaiden type chapter. This one is the day Naruto became Hokage. We got ourselves a nice little cover page of the 6 Hokage who came before Naruto.
Yep.
Including Kakashi as number 6.
I'm sorry, it's too weird to see Kakashi as like a Hokage. It's just, yeah. I get why, because there was no one else, and the 5th Hokage wanted to retire. It's just weird.
And he was considered for the position previously anyway, so.
I know, but still weird.
Yeah.
Because I just figured that he it's just, I can't explain it. It's just too weird.
Yep. And the story opens with a morning at the Uzumaki household, where Hinata's pretty much asking one of the kids to wake their Naruto up. So daughter Himawari goes to do it, wake him up.
I like to mention
poking him.
I like to mention that this is the first time we see Hinata talk, and we see Hinata at all. But no, just never mind. Talk. You see Hinata talk since the epilogue story.
Yep.
We got like a flash image of her in like the Gaiden series, but this is so it's pretty cool to see her.
Yeah. Also, quick little note here. Do you notice that in this page where Himawari's like poking Naruto to get him up, that he's apparently sleeping on the couch?
What the hell?
Yeah, I know. It's like, what, did they have an argument last night or something? But anyway, like Himawari's like poking at him, but it's like it's not doing any good. So Boruto tells her she's got to be more aggressive. So he jumps right on top of him. And honestly, this is exactly the kind of thing you could probably Naruto doing to his father if they'd been together. Yeah.
Yeah, and
also, you notice like Naruto's fake arm or fake hand is wrapped up in bandages.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So basically, today's the Hokage inauguration day, so this is going to be his first day as Hokage.
Yep.
And Hinata's going to go pick up the Haori for him.
Yeah, like basically his cloak with the word 7th Hokage on there, which is like, Naruto's probably not even ready yet, but apparently the woman who's made all the cloaks for the Hokage before insists on doing it herself, which is rather amusing when you look at the fact that she's like a shaky old lady.
Yeah, because she was there since the first one.
Yeah. Give her points for pride.
Well, actually, it's been 75 years since the first. 77 years since the first one.
Yeah.
Oh, it became Hokage.
And Naruto remembers that Kakashi's thing wasn't ready for his appointment in time, so he had to like put a patch on there.
Yeah. Well, whatever. It's Kakashi. Who cares?
He certainly doesn't. Look at his face.
Yeah. So Hinata's gonna go get the Haori, while Naruto takes care of the kids.
Yep.
And
she tells him flat out, go just. You can't be late, so just head to the venue right away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're cutting it close. So everyone's getting ready. There's like, I like how it says, Hokage inauguration committee. Unauthorized parties are not permitted. It should be are not permitted to enter.
Yep. And then and you were saying how it's kind of hard to picture Kakashi as the Hokage, but he's right there in the outfit.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was thinking of when I say it was hard to picture him, because here it is, and I'm still having a weird ass like feeling from it.
Yep. And like he not surprised that Naruto's not even there yet, so she rushes back home. Naruto is getting ready to leave, but apparently the kids are fighting over a stuffed toy. Like Hima wants to bring it with her, but Bardo's saying no because he's just going to end up being the one who carries it anyway. And of course, you can already see where this is heading. I mean, it's obvious where this is going.
Yeah, well, this is such a sibling type of thing here.
Yep. And then they behead her stuffed panda.
I thought, why does Boruto want it again?
He doesn't want it. He just wants he wants to leave it at home, but she wants to take it.
Who cares? I guess he doesn't want her to embarrass him.
No, what he's saying is like it's going to be inconvenient for him because he's the one who's eventually going to end up carrying the thing.
Oh, okay, I see it. Yeah, there you go.
Anyway, it's like that ends up being a. Like he says it right here. I done goofed big time. You're yanking it pretty hard, so. And then we pretty much just see what happens when you make a quiet Hyuga girl angry.
Yeah.
Like, Boruto pretty much recognizes she unleashes the Byakugan, and Boruto realizes it right away that that's the same eyes as his mother. Next page, he's getting thrown across the room and into the next room.
It's kind of weird that the Byakugan doesn't really enhance someone's strength, though. It just makes them hit pressure points, right?
Well, that's just it. So he knows what to hit for.
Yeah, but that just makes them fall, not fly across the room.
Well, anyway, like Naruto's sees what's going on. He gets in. She pretty much just locks on, which apparently is that some. I think I read that's something that Naruto's mother did actually.
Oh.
So like she's kind of taken after grandma in that case, but Naruto gets in the way, but ends up taking a gut full of pressure point attack.
Okay.
And pretty much gets his ass beat by his little girl.
Just one hit. I won't say ass beat, just knocked out.
Yeah.
Of course, okay, I just want to talk to everyone. Yeah, I know Naruto could technically have dodged it, but this is for comedic purposes, so it's okay.
Yeah, it's like pretty much Naruto's not there, so they got to go with Plan B, which apparently is Konohamaru taking the place of Naruto.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny to think that Naruto's like wasn't even there the day he became Hokage.
Well, it's so funny.
Yeah. My thought here is like, does this mean Konohamaru is the Hokage now?
Yeah. Yeah. It's, this is just funny. Yeah, it really is because like he technically becomes Hokage for the day.
And like Hinata returns, like sees Naruto pretty much just out cold and wondering just what's going on. Boruto is like just hiding in just sheer fright. Like,
yeah.
And the chapter ends with Himawari entering the room Boruto's hiding in, and she is looking just effing nuts.
Have you decided to play hide and seek with me? I wonder, could you actually be hiding here? And it's also pointed out that she actually does know where he is.
Yeah, because like the Byakugan, the Byakugan gives you the ability to see through solid objects, but we digress.
Yeah. So she knows, and that's what makes it scary in a way.
Yeah. And like I said, that's pretty much where the chapter ends. Like it's mostly just like a quick little humor chapter on here. But
I'm glad that it fixed his mistake, or kind of fixed his mistake. So as we all know, they didn't originally have the Byakugan. That's because Kishimoto forgot to give it to them. He was supposed to, like he was going to, but he forgot to. And I don't understand how he could have forgotten. You had to draw Hinata and Himawari in the same damn panel.
Yeah, if she were alone or with Naruto, that'd be one thing. But when she's with the other person known for the Byakugan, then yeah, you don't really have a reason to forget that.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean it's like unlike the Sharingan, you actually have to draw the thing on all the time. So it's just like how do you mess up? And and even if he did make the mistake, how did the editor miss that? Does he even have an editor? I mean seriously, these guys not doing his job? Whoever that is. Yeah, but I mean a lot of people make fun of Naruto for getting beat by Himawari, but dude, it's just for fun. Like, of course he's stronger than her. And he didn't. I guess he didn't expect her to be that powerful.
Yeah.
You know.
This chapter kind of gave me like a. I don't know what sparked it, but this kind of chapter kind of gave me like an amusing little idea. Like it's a joke. It's not really a serious theory. It's just a joke theory. It's just a random thought I had. But what do you think about the possibility that Himawari is like the reincarnation of Neji?
Dude, okay, let's not go there.
I know, it's just an amusing idea.
It's just weird because because they were cousins and now he's her daughter.
Well, like I said, Avatar and that's just like that.
Avatar, they're not related.
Yeah, I know. But like I said, I was thinking more in terms of like how Avatar does past lives and such. Like they don't necessarily have to be related one way or another, but like they're just like a random dot. That's
you want a really messed up reincarnation? Watching Inuyasha, okay? How do you have a love triangle with the past incarnation of yourself? That's just freaking weird.
Yeah, that does kind of get a bit odd there.
Or in Shaman King where the reincarnation splits, so you have two people.
Oh, that's like Yo and Hao.
Yeah, Yo and Hao are both reincarnations of the same of one person.
It's not even a serious theory. It's just like, huh.
Yeah, I know. It's
this
just
idea
weird.
kind of came up. To me.
I also like to mention that there's a way. Like I said, I was being pissed off because I said like, yeah, I get that Kishimoto messed up, but he's god of Naruto, so he can do whatever he wants. He can ride around it. So he did do that, thankfully, and I guess it's the best thing I could ask for because I would have liked it to be. I would have liked Boruto to get it, but this implies that Boruto could still get it, which I guess I'd be happy with.
Yeah.
I guess I guess I should be happy that he did this after all. Rather than just ignore it and just like, Boruto and Himawari never get the Byakugan. Because that'd be a little annoying.
I kind of like the idea of one having it and one not having it. Or maybe like, I like the idea myself.
That would be a problem because that's never happened with any Kekkei guy before.
Yeah.
All the Uchihas have it and all the Hyugas have it. And yeah, so it wouldn't.
A little random thing I noticed after the chapter, like you notice how like Himawari pretty much takes down Naruto by slamming him with a pressure point.
Yeah.
At the very beginning of the chapter, she's poking him there too. Like poking him with the finger at the start just to wake him up, all nice and gentle and sweet.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And then and then later on, she like goes psycho and one shots him with the same thing.
Yeah, but just going back to your point about the Genkai thing, I mean, like, it doesn't really make much sense because he still shares the whole point of not of getting a Genkai is not really choosing to get it, but just having it because of your bloodline, and because he's related to her, it just wouldn't make sense for him not to get it. You know, it's all about him awakening at this point. And also, I mean, one of the reasons why I do kind of badly want Boruto to get the Byakugan is to separate him from Naruto, because at this point you just
he's like a mini Naruto. There's a
exactly.
Orochimaru is like Mitsuki's Orochi mini.
Yeah. Spoiler alert: Mitsuki is Orochimaru's son. Who cares, really?
Yeah.
Though.
Well, I was calling him that all the time anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. But here's the thing, though. Like this is actually the biggest. Oh, second, maybe. If not the biggest, then the second biggest. The reason why I wanted Boruto to get the Byakugan was that I wanted him to be different than Naruto, even in the way he fights. Because I swear to God, if he just uses like Shadow Clone Jutsu, like he knows a Gentle Fist, but you can't really. There was no real like, oh, he's using Gentle Fist now. You know, like you can't fully utilize it without the Byakugan, like the way Hinata or Himawari might do someday. Like. It's just Boruto using a slightly different style, but still basically spanning me out the Shadow Clone Jutsu, which is like, okay, that's enough. Let's
but
have
at the same time, the Shadow Clone Jutsu is pretty much a good Jutsu of choice for the Uzumaki clan, because that is their thing. Like they have like unnaturally, even without the fox, they have unnaturally high chakra.
Uzumaki? Well, I don't remember his mom doing that.
Well, not the Shadow Clone. That's mean in terms of, like the clan in general just has really high chakra levels.
Yeah, but
what you need for the Shadow Clones.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, to differentiate the characters, though, I think I want a little more than that, because I don't want them to just because you know what? Let's face it, the Shadow Clone's a boring jutsu. It's a really boring jutsu.
That's one of those jutsus that can be used very well. Just that I do have issues with that though, because I don't really feel that it always got used very well.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's like
been used poorly.
The Kakuzu fight was the one that did it for me. Where the guy pretty much gets beaten by Naruto for all his bragging about his past experience and all his battle experience. He gets beat by Naruto's cheapest trick.
Yeah. See, that's the thing, though. And it would be hella cool to have a guy who has Naruto's appearance use the Byakugan and have a different style. I thought that would be really cool, because then that'd be like, okay, that's Boruto. He's different than Naruto. Like he has, and he has a similar personality too, with the exception of not wanting to become Hokage. In terms of personality, he's pretty much the same. So it's just, to me, I wanted the Byakugan so I can differentiate him. Yeah, I know that he's an Uzumaki, but he's also Hyuga. So there we go. Yeah.
Yeah. And I kind of wonder how the kids get along with the main Hyuga clan, because they're pretty much the only family they have, because Naruto doesn't really have any relatives.
And also it would have been an interesting option to see what happens if you have a Hyuga clan be with the Uzumakis. Because I don't know what the hell. Like, this is another bullshit. That Kushina had this ability to like use chains or something. That's such a bullshit. Like, Karin has it too. It's like, whatever. Yeah.
I want to say I think I remember chains from that whole flashback, but I can't really remember.
Yeah, I think she did, but it was just like, okay, apparently that's an Uzumaki ability that Naruto didn't inherit that. So I feel like
in that case, it might be a trained ability like the Inoshika Cho skills, so he wouldn't have gotten it.
No, but Karin could do it too, and she only unleashed it because she was pissed off for like 1 second.
Well, she could have been taught it at some point.
Well, she never used it before, so that's kind of an asshole if you think about that. If she's never used, and she hasn't even used like any basic version of it, so it's kind of like annoying. But regardless, the thing about the Uzumaki is that they were never really seen as. See, the problem is, they have more chakra, but then you have Naruto have the Kyuubi, so that doesn't really, it overshadows the Uzumaki uniqueness.
Well, I think that's one reason why the Uzumakis were usually used as the container for the fox.
Yeah, but from a story perspective, it just doesn't really, you don't notice that. So to me, I don't see, when I see Boruto having the same abilities as Naruto, I don't see that as like, oh, it's an Uzumaki continuation, because if you think about it, we only get to know one Uzumaki. So to me, it's not enough of a lineage of to really say, oh, he's a continuation of the clan. To me, it's just, no, he's just a Naruto clone, you know.
And not even a Shadow Clone.
Yeah, not even a Shadow Clone. Like, because with the Hyugas and the Uchihas, you have a very noticeable Kekkei, which is the eyes. So you can say, okay, that makes sense. And you have a lot of people in the clan. We got introduced like all the Uchihas, and then Hyugas, you got like 4 of them. You got like the branch and the main. With the Uzumakis, it's just like a few people, and their supposed special ability, which is having more chakra, is not really a noticeable thing. It's not really that much. It's not really that special if you think about it, because it's just having more of the energy, basically.
But at the same time, like, one reason why Naruto could be was trained the way he was like when he first met Jiraiya was because of that extra chakra, and because at the time
Well,
he was having trouble with the fox at the time.
yeah,
If you
what
remember.
I'm saying is it's not. It's practical. I'm not saying it's. I'm just saying it's not flashy, so the audience doesn't really notice it as much as they do with the other two clans, or any other clan for that matter. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying like when Boruto is out, like Boruto, he might inherit the same chakra, but the fact is it's not noticeable, so we don't really get excited when we see him use the same ability Naruto does. You know what I'm saying?
Right, because I mean, there is a common thing in Naruto though, the generations like passing down skills, so there is a bit of that. So I don't mind it much myself, because it's got plenty of precedent to go with it. And I can even see Naruto being excited about doing exactly that.
It's kind of like well, I don't know. It's like I feel like just like the thing about like the having more chakra thing though is kind of like the Bleach thing with Ichigo having so much special pressure is that yeah you have this shitload of energy, but if you're just gonna be spamming one attack over and over again, like Ichigo just uses the freaking Getsuga Tensho over and over again, it gets really boring.
Yes.
So if their kid has the same ability, I don't really care because it's like it's not special enough to me, even though in the story it is considered special. But in terms of what the audience perceives as exciting or really, really like enthralling, it's just not good enough for me. That's why to me Boruto needs to have the Byakugan if he really, to me, wants to separate himself from Naruto. Because just not wanting to become Hokage is not good enough for me. Okay, like he has to be like I like to have him have a different style of fighting. Maybe like the perfect example is just have the extra chakra, but use the Hyuga clan's gentle fist, and you can do a lot more combinations that maybe even the previous Hyugas couldn't do. But but Himawari is too young to fight. So and of course we're focusing on Boruto.
At the same time, though, like, how much fighting do we actually get to see him do outside of the movie, where it's more important, where it is important to establish him as a child of Naruto as much as anything? So I don't know.
But I think it's both to emphasize that he is Naruto's son, but also emphasize that he's different because being a son is not the same as being a clone. And they do that. They do that great with I can't believe I'm making this reference, but with Damian Wayne and Batman. I mean, Damian Wayne is like as opposite, like he's just as opposite of Batman as you can be. Oftentimes, you can argue that being a son of someone can make them the opposite. You know?
Which at the moment is pretty superficial in Boruto's part, because the only opposite thing he's got is that he absolutely does not want to become Hokage.
Yeah, you have that thing with your mic right now.
Better?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, the thing. So to me, I just wanted him to have the Byakugan, and I think it's just because I think one of the other reasons why I wanted it was because I was predicting. Like in my head, because I was a big Hinata and Naruto guy, I was always saying I want Naruto's babies with the Byakugan because that's what I was always I envisioned them having the Byakugan ever since I kind of paired them together in my head. I was always envisioning them as having little Byakugan babies, so it kind of destroys my fantasy. That's just a little superficial.
Well, we got one Byakugan baby at least.
Yeah, but she looks too much like Hinata though. I wanted like a little more combination.
Except that her head looks like an apple.
Yeah, true. And
the
then
apple
she
her
has
father's
whiskers
eye.
too. Yeah. But I wanted a little more than that. I wanted Boruto to have it too, Because it's like because you have one who's a lot like Hinata, and then you have one that's a lot like Boruto, but they both have the whiskers, so I think they both have the Sharingan, the Byakugan, right? If they both have the whiskers, then they both need the Byakugan, because they you want to be equal in some way.
Yeah, but again, like I said, it could be Boruto gets the clones and Himawari gets the eyes, because that seems to be kind of a precedent too. Like the girls get the girl skills, but I don't know.
Well, the what skills?
Well, never mind. I thought that maybe that seemed like precedent, like it was maybe down the gender line, but that doesn't really fit because you have Ino and her father.
Yeah, and then you have the Hinata and her father too.
Yeah, true.
And then but here's the thing about that is that the whiskers don't even. I mean, they're an interesting trademark, but they don't really do anything. And also, we always assume that the whiskers came from the Kyuubi, not really Naruto himself. And also, like...
Well, you did have the theory that the foxes being Naruto mutated things a bit.
Yeah, but that theory's not being confirmed, so it's only just a theory.
Well, this would be evidence in support of it, then. Yeah,
but it's I don't think it's what Kishimoto's not making it. I don't think that's what Kishimoto's going for. So.
Probably not.
Yeah, so that was the one thing I wanted to mention. I think having Himawari be the mom, and having Boruto be the dad. I don't like that. I kind of wanted.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to switch it up. Maybe I don't want them to have only one. But see the thing. You said that maybe Naruto. Boruto has the clones, and Himawari has the Byakugan. But then it comes to then you ask yourself, okay, if why didn't Himawari obtain the Uzumaki chakra thing? Like, is it because it's to me I just like to just say because they're different genders. I feel like it's a bit of a it's not good enough for me.
Yeah.
It's kind of sexist too if I think about it.
Yeah, that's kind of why I'm not too fond of the idea myself after I said it.
Yeah, so my you could argue that maybe just I would just like to go with Boruto hasn't had the chance to awaken it yet.
Yeah, I don't know, time, inclination, or whatever you have there.
If anything, I would actually have like Himawari to be more like Naruto and Boruto to be more like Hinata.
Yep, that could be interesting.
Yep. So anyway, I'm glad that Kishimoto wrote around his little mistake. Although I do wish he would have given Boruto the Byakugan, but hey, I'm just gonna tell myself that he just hasn't had the chance to awaken it yet.
Yep, there you go. Alright, then see, like I said, I haven't really got anything else myself on this chapter. How about yourself?
No, not it. Just a fun chapter that to me makes I personally like it a lot more just because it gives me what I wanted. Half of what I wanted, which is one of the kids to get the Byakugan.
Yep. And so in that case, I'll call it here. This has been Zeidoktor with Typical Manga Fan in our review of the Naruto special chapter featuring the day Naruto became Hokage. Or at least, or perhaps we said the day Konohamaru became Hokage.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's been our chapter today. Like I said, there's no One Piece or Bleach this week, so we won't have to worry about. You won't be seeing those chapters this time around, but we'll have those for you by next week. Meantime, go ahead and take us away.
Ah!